Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so our bonus reading for Pisces, right? And our card tonight is the Two of Cups. And this card is from Tarot of the Abyss. And let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay. So, no, I want to start here because these are really lovely images. It looks like we have a person, excuse me, a person standing here. You can see the head, the body, a dress, or a skirt kind of lifted in like a kind of dancing and merriment. Now over here we have a person with a head, the body, it looks like a dress. It looks like it's also kind of flowing. I could imagine being kind of in some kind of dance or like a, I don't know, like a club or well, up here we have a lot of what's it called? There's Bavarian music and polka. And hi Pudgy says hello. And kind of having this like fun, festive, really getting into the merriment of things, kind of this bacchanalian kind of energy. I think also, now I was going to say maybe there's a sense of ecstatic energy, but it feels more kind of like a sense of like flirtation and sensuality and, you know, just kind of, you know, not necessarily meeting anybody, but yeah, having kind of fun and talking and laughing and just enjoying yourself, right? And then we have down here, we have a person who looks like they're carrying, I was almost thinking like a scroll. And so I feel like there's a sense of duality here where it's like you have this energy to be out, you know, engaging in merriment, maybe a little bit frivolous and kind of, you know, in the excitement of things. And then there's this other part of you, and this is kind of at the center of everything, that is very devoted to the work. And this is probably the interior work, the creative work. It could be your career. That might be where you kind of draw a lot of meaning in your life. But whatever it is, I do think that you have a nice balance between the two. Now, sometimes you can probably get a little bit distracted, right? A little bit off course. And I think that, you know, sometimes these times of leisure and dance and fun and games can start to become the priority. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think that because you have this kind of serious side, this part of your being that wants to be innovative and you know, take those imaginings and those figures and those you know, things that you have dreamed, right? Kind of dreamed and want to manifest. And so I feel like there's this kind of like pulling back into yourself sometimes where you maybe get a little bit lost in the fun. But then there's the, kind of reining it back in so that you can get more focused on the task at hand. And I think that this is, it's not abnormal, but I do think that Pisces people, at least, this is how I feel anecdotally, right? The wonderful Pisces people I've known in my life are usually people who are really pretty good at having a fun time. Maybe not like a rager, but somebody who likes to hang out and chill and kind of do the things that you want to do and kind of worry about work the next day, right? And so I think that in this time in your life, you are finding that good balance. I think that there is a sense of busyness. Okay, so I think if you are able to continually remind yourself, putting that busyness into whatever your motivation is, your goal, the thing that you're working on, maybe you are trying to get a raise or a new position, you're applying for other jobs or, whatever that is. When you kind of find yourself maybe going out a little more often, or you're not getting enough sleep, you're staying up really late, doing whatever, and it's starting to take a toll on your daylight. Maybe you work at night. I don't know. I know I generalize, but it's starting to take a toll on the work, right? And not only the work for money, but the work that you do for self, your spiritual work, your magical work, and so on. So reminding yourself, let's kind of put some of this busy bee energy, not so much into socializing all the time, but maybe, focusing on doing the things that you know that you want to do. I don't think there's any lack of it's not like you don't have any projects or you don't have things that this is something that's really going to change my life. This is something that I know will kind of elevate me in the work that I'm doing and so on. It's just a matter of kind of devoting the time and energies to that. Okay, so we have a cow. It looks like we have 2 cows. Oh, we have a person holding a heart, which makes sense. We have that love card over there. We have the eye. We have a heart with kind of an arrow through it. So we have like a romantic art, or a romantic heart. I was going to say romantic art. No, heart. Can you tell it's my last reading of the night? Get a little goofy. Let's see. So the cows. And I feel like we also have a horse who maybe has a rider, and it's kind of hurting the cattle there. The cows are such a sacred symbol. And this one up here looks more like a bull, where this one looks more like maybe a cow, right? And so what's the name of a female cow? I was going to say calf, but that's the baby. I can't think of it. Maybe it is just a cow. I don't know. A heifer? No. Is that it? Does it? I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you know. You all are so good at telling me, when I ask, like, what's that word I'm looking for? So I do feel like this is a very kind of energetic images of a cow. Sometimes it's like very serene, right? And we have this, oh, careful, careful, careful. There you go. I gotcha. Yeah, you huff at me, I huff at you, mamas. But yes, not so serene. On the move. Kind of. Did you just hear this cat? She just burped right in my face. Oh my goodness. That's what she does. She drinks a bunch of water and then she comes over here and then she burps on me. So anyways, yes, we have the cows in movement. And what does that mean, really? I feel like there's the male, the masculine bull. So there is that real like head on fire energy, wanting to just, dive right in, get the thing done. Don't, dilly dally around. But also there is this nurturing aspect of kind of taking care of self. And so I think that you really are in a place where you're probably pretty health conscious, mental health conscious, keeping to your routines as much as you can, making sure that you're doing like self-care stuff, and then on the other hand, it's like you just have this like drive to like just get this thing done as quickly as you can so you can start working on the next thing. And I feel like it's like there's the overall part of your psyche who's kind of driving these two things at the same time and trying to figure out how can we get these both home together, right? How can we merge these energies and make it work? And so I think that's, that actually is really ideal, because so often when we get into these places of that bull energy and we just want to, keep working and grinding and, making as much resources as you can, opportunities, networking, all that kind of stuff, you can only go hard for so long, right? It starts to wear on you, and then you lose kind of like a sense of perspective, and then it's like burnout time, right? But then we have over here that energy of just kind of making sure that there's a solid foundation to upkeep the work. And that is, that's that mother energy. That's that mothering yourself. And so I'm glad that you're you're putting these energies together and checking in with yourself, making sure that you're feeling okay. I forget now who I was talking to, but I had this like revelation not that long ago. I mean, it was kind of jolting to me, actually, because throughout my day, I think about more, and this maybe is, I don't know, maybe kind of neurotic, I don't know, but I do think about like, how am I feeling, and do I feel okay? Like, am I feeling okay? How am I feeling? Like, at least like 10 times a day. Maybe a little less sometimes, maybe more on like anxiety days and stuff. But then I was talking to somebody, and maybe it was even my husband. I can't remember. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband, Paul. He's amazing. Yeah. And I was like, well, don't you think about how you feel, or are you, are you feeling positive or not? And like going over it, checking it. I guess not everybody does that a million times a day. I think probably, less people than I realize. And I'm not saying it's a positive or a negative, but I was pretty like, whoa, really? You don't think about like how you're feeling like constantly? So I don't know, but I do, when I see this energy, I feel like, yeah, maybe that's kind of that mother energy there. Really like, how you doing? How you feeling? What's going on? And so I think that there is a sense of stability, longevity, and consistency here. And, this is all so very important to kind of keep yourself together, keep yourself in one piece as you are venturing into this really kind of potent and inspired period of time. Now, okay. So I have a 6. Let's look for some numbers. We have a 6 right here. And actually, it looks like 6, 8, 6. And, oh, and this one says toy, T-O-Y. It also looks like C, maybe T-C. The funny thing about the word toy is that even when I hear it now, and I have a daughter, so she's always like, I want a toy. I still think of, I was kind of into the like street art, like graffiti scene when I was in my 20s. And that's what they call people who are like kind of newbies of graffiti. And so I always think of that. And that's kind of, it's funny to see that in there. So we also have, it looks like KCR. KCR. Okay. So, Pisces. We have this love energy. And I have a person here who just looks like they're in love and they have the little heart. They look kind of bashful. But I'm also looking at this one where it's a person who looks like they're holding a squirrel. And to me, immediately what I thought of was like holding your attention for somebody, because we think of a squirrel as kind of having scattered attention. And so I feel like there's a sense of like really like grabbing all of your attention, all of the free attention that you have, the bandwidth that you have, and putting it together and giving it to this person. And so I think that you're really in a state of some romantic love of some kind. Maybe it is a crush. Maybe this is towards yourself. You're really giving yourself a lot more attention, checking in with yourself. How are you feeling? But you know, I do think that it feels nice, and it seems like it's in perfect time with the seasons, right? Going into spring, we're in spring now, or going into fall or autumn in the southern hemisphere, having a little bit of a reprieve, hopefully, from the heat and the busyness of the summer. And so kind of what, you know, you might call kind of a coupling season, or a sense of reuniting deeply with your already existing relationship. So I do feel just like a lightness here. And this maybe has to do with that kind of the dancing energies that we had. Just really kind of feeling the vibe of it all. Okay, so let's take a look. I forgot we haven't looked at this one. Ooh, so we have a candle, illuminated candle, but it's kind of in the wind. You can tell it's like blowing this way. So when I see the candle like that, it makes me believe that there's a period of revelation for you. There's kind of that, you know, awakening happening. And so I feel like you are really connected with spirit. There's a sense of a lot of synchronicities coming through for you, maybe pattern recognition, and just overall a feeling of connectedness with kind of a greater collective of things. And I feel like that is something, it makes you feel so alive, right? I feel like there's like a deeper meaning to things. It is interesting, it's captivating, and I feel like you have such an excitement behind it. We also have the number 26. this cat. It's TT. She's over there knocking the door. The door is open, by the way. She's over there hitting the door. You can come through, TT. All right. So we have these gratitude cards, a little deck of appreciation. And they're cute, and I like the little art on them. And we'll go through and we'll stop where it feels right. I'm going to flip this over, and it says, express yourself. Let people know how much you appreciate them. It's always nice to get a little text telling somebody, I love you, I care about you, I appreciate you, you're wonderful. Yes, yeah. Hello, you're back now? Come on. All right. Well, Pisces, thank you so much for letting me do this bonus reading for you. I appreciate the time that we get to spend together. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all, and I absolutely look forward to them. And if you go over to the community section, I just put up a post right before I started filming asking, what color do you think I should paint my new studio space? I just did a little picture of the empty studio. I haven't really moved anything in yet, but I am looking for inspirations. I am thinking kind of a green color. I really like the, I think of it as like I call it arsenic green, because it is a green color that they used in kind of the Victorian era in wall paint and baby's coffin and wallpaper, and it had arsenic in it to keep the color, and it made people sick, but it was a really kind of popular color in that time period, and I really like it. I don't know. So minus the arsenic, of course. So I'm thinking of maybe something different. The blues and reds, and I was looking at color palettes, and I want all of them. I just want every single color in there. So anyways, I would love to hear your ideas, or maybe what colors you have in your home that you absolutely love. And other than that, I just want to tell you again, I love you and I thank you. And, take care of yourself. We'll talk in just a couple days from now. TT, you want to say goodnight? She's over here cleaning herself. All right. Good night.